Notre Dame has found its man, and it is defense coordinator Marcus Freeman. This news broke just minutes after Notre Dame had made it official that they are keeping offensive coordinator Tommy Rees, which means the two guys that were driving the coordinator train to get Notre Dame to 11-1 will remain in South Bend, even as Brian Kelly has taken a job at LSU. Now, landscape, this means that the committee would have to actually acknowledge that the Notre Dame team that they have seen all year is still being coached and coordinated by the same two guys, even if the head coach is different. And I think this is where the human being part of the analysis comes in. You're going to look at Notre Dame with Marcus Freeman helming it and Tommy Rees calling the offense, much like you would look at it as if Brian Kelly was the head coach. It also means that Marcus Freeman becomes head coach. This is going to be his first opportunity to be the head man, and it was always the thought that his next stop in his journey would be that of a head coach. As a matter of fact, back in January, he did interview for the defense coordinator position at LSU and the defensive coordinator position at Notre Dame, and he chose Notre Dame in large part because he thought it would give him the best opportunity to be a head coach with his next stop. He took that job at just 34 years old, which means he is a young man in his 30s who is now in charge of one of the biggest brands in football. And should Cincinnati or Oklahoma State or Michigan lose their conference championship games, we could all easily see Notre Dame sliding into the college football playoff for the second time in as many years with Marcus Freeman as its head coach. This also means that Oklahoma loses out on the Marcus Freeman sweepstakes, and whether or not he was a real candidate for them is now null. Like, it doesn't even matter because Notre Dame did the smart thing and hired the guy that I believe was best fit to lead their program into the future. And in retaining Tommy Rees, you retain not just the core of your coaching staff, but your recruiting class at this all-important period, just 14 days away from the early signing period. And Marcus Freeman had demonstrated himself to be a dynamic leader and a dynamic recruiter, putting together one of the top classes in 2022 as soon as he got there, and has proven that he can relate to players and coaches alike. Matter of fact, he uses rappers in trying to tell players what they should think about when they think about Notre Dame. I love that the man is referencing Young Dirk and Jay-Z when pitching Notre Dame because he understands it's not incumbent upon them to know Notre Dame's tradition and history. It is incumbent upon him to sell the program and what it can do for them. Fantastic job by Jack Swarbrick, who also missed the College Football Playoff Expansion Committee meeting today, which didn't actually do much of anything. So proving he was right to stay in South Bend and work out these deals to make sure that Tommy Rees and, more importantly, Marcus Freeman stay in South Bend. Congratulations, Notre Dame fans. This is outstanding and awesome for you. Thanks for watching this video, and remember, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos on the #1 ranked show YouTube channel.